Welcome to Pack Talk Podcast, episode 121. Today we're going to be talking about how to exercise your dog. And of course, when we're talking about exercising our dog, we're going to have to talk about exercising ourselves, right? Because we know the dog is a reflection of the owner.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Also, we're going to talk about dog health and wellness just overall, so kind of an all-encompassing topic. But we know that exercise is extremely important for dogs, as it is with ourselves. And we know that exercise is a part of our overall health and wellness for our dog and for ourselves. So there's a lot of great ways that you can provide exercise to your dog and yourself. And a lot of times they're intertwined, as we'll talk about.
Yep.
But for me specifically, based on what I've learned up to this point and, you know, the things that I take into account, I like to break down health and exercise for our dogs into a couple segments, and I want to discuss those segments today. So first, we've got cardiovascular conditioning. We've got mobility, flexibility.
Yep.
We've got muscular conditioning and max heart rate, so bringing our heart rate up. We've got conditioning for specific events. Like Ben here, he's going to be running a 5K soon, so he's been conditioning himself for a 5K.
Yeah, been training hard.
And then we got mental exercise, which is a big part of overall exercise, but we don't talk about that much in the dog community. Then we've got other health-related considerations. So these are the different segments I'm going to break down and discuss with you guys today. If you want to skip to a certain section, go down to the show notes and just click on the section you want to listen to. It should have the timestamp on there. So first, we've got cardiovascular conditioning for dogs. So this is probably one of the most underrated forms of exercise for us and our dogs, and that's going to be walking. When you think of walking, you might not think of it as cardiovascular conditioning. So that's what the goal is of our walking. And we know that walking is phenomenal. Both dogs and us, humans, our bodies were designed to move, and walking does that for us. What a brisk walk will do for us, and you know we could do it in as short as 10 minutes. But that's going to help us improve insulin sensitivity. It's going to decrease gas. Who has a gassy dog?
Whoa,
You know a gassy dog?
I mean, I got two of them, buddy.
We were just going out to distraction work last night. One of the dogs was farting on the way there. You know?
Yeah.
But walking will help decrease gas. It's going to help improve digestion. Walking is going to decrease delayed onset muscle soreness. So you think of that from a human perspective. You lift weights.
Yeah.
You know, the next day you're kind of sore, right? If you lift it effectively.
Right.
Walking is going to help aid us in recovery. It's going to help us improve blood flow throughout the body. And the blood is what is pushing nutrients throughout your body, whether you're a dog or a cat or a human. You know, our cat podcast is still one of our top 5 podcasts based on the listener.
Shout out to our feline.
Right. So,
owners.
you know, that blood flow, it's pushing nutrients throughout your body. So once you eat food, right, your body's digesting that food. It's taking in those nutrients. Getting your blood flow going is what's going to help push those nutrients around your body to where they need to get to.
Okay.
So walking, good to go.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah. Good for you.
And I have asked multiple veterinarians the specific question, how does walking translate to dogs? How does it improve dog cardiovascular? And simply put, they state that walking most likely has the same effects in dogs as it does in humans, which is all the benefits we talked about just a second ago. So, you know, your dog can have muscle soreness too if you have a really hard day. Maybe you're playing fetch. Maybe the dog's doing a lot of swimming, a lot of running, playing, whatever. That dog can have sore muscles too.
Yeah.
Right? So walking helps, again, get those nutrients out, get that blood flow going, reduces the delayed onset muscle soreness, okay, just as an example.
Yeah.
So we know that the walk for humans and dogs is going to be the bonding process. When you walk with your dog, obviously you're bonding, your dog's bonding to you because you guys are kind of having some experiences together.
Yeah.
So I bring all this up because the walk should be the foundation for your exercise, your health, your wellness for your dogs, and it's benefiting us at the same time. So 2 for 1, right?
Yeah.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Hell yeah.
But let's not
I'm on board.
Well, let's not take out any birds. You know that phrase, two birds, one stone?
Yeah.
Why would you throw stones at birds?
Coming from a bird guy.
I'm a bird guy, right?
Yeah.
So my recommendation for walking, try to get about an hour per day with your dog. You could break this up into like 30-minute walks, one in the morning, one in the evening. But in an ideal world, my personal opinion, based on the PhDs, the doctors, and all that I've talked to, that I listen to, brisk walks after your meals are going to be more beneficial for you. So if we feed our dogs twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, then we walk 20 minutes after each meal, that puts us around 40 minutes total for that day if we're just doing our dogs' meals.
Right.
I also recommend that you walk briskly after your meals, whether your dog's with you or not. So if you go work in an office, obviously your dog may be with you, but it might not be.
Most likely not. Yeah.
But let's say your dog's not with you when you're at your office. You eat lunch at the office. After your lunch, take a quick 10, 20-minute walk briskly. That's going to help you.
You're going to feel it when you get back to your station. Oh, yeah. You eat that lunch, you come back, you sit down, you're feeling your lunch.
Right. Oh,
you're
yeah.
Hitting that sleepy spell.
Exactly. So, try that out. Me personally, when I, like for my dog's feeding, I feed my dogs right before I eat my own breakfast, and my dogs eat a lot faster than I do. So I put their food down, they eat it in like a minute. Now I'm eating, that takes me maybe 20 minutes. So that gives my dog the ability to like rest, settle their food for 20 minutes. Then we go on our walk. And I do want to point out, don't go do intense exercise after a meal with your dog because you don't want your dog to have a risk of bloating. So it should be a moderate or a brisk walk, not intensive exercise right after a meal. I want to make that clear. But also I believe in resting your dog for a period of time right after they eat. So if they eat, 20 minutes of rest, now you do your walk, right?
Yeah.
So the walk tackles our first priority of health, wellness, exercise with our dogs, which is going to be cardiovascular conditioning for both us and our dogs. When you're walking, make sure you're walking briskly. So you're trying to get to the point where your heart rate is coming up and you're breathing a little bit heavier than if you were just standing around. So that is your goal. So you need to make sure you push yourself a little bit so that you actually feel yourself breathing a little bit heavier than normal. And before I move on from this point, I do want to mention that cardiovascular conditioning is something we need to pay attention to, both us and our dogs. And unfortunately, we know that DCM is becoming more prevalent in our dogs. So I recently visited with a veterinarian cardiologist, had my own dog go there to be evaluated. And I was asking him about the subject. I'm like, hey, what about cardiovascular conditioning, brisk walking, right? Doing moderate exercise. Is it going to help improve outcomes with DCM? And he said that he believes it would, and it makes sense based on what we know at this time. And he's actually coming on the podcast next year, so we'll get more details on that. But cardiovascular exercise is going to benefit us and our dogs. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
Walking, you can't beat it. Brisk walks after every meals.
Your dogs are meant to walk.
Literally makes you feel better.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like I've had, like last year, Thanksgiving's coming up. Actually, when this episode airs, Thanksgiving will be over, right? Yeah. It'll be like last week. So like Thanksgiving, normally a time where we eat a lot of food. Oh, yeah. More than normal.
Mac and cheese, load me up, baby.
Sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie.
Oh, yeah.
All that.
Oh, you're thinking desserts.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking sides.
Well, sweet potato, it's a potato.
Here we go.
Sweet potato pie just happens to be in pie form.
Right.
Pumpkin pie, pumpkin's, what is that, a fruit or a vegetable?
That's I would assume vegetable. I would assume vegetable.
It just happens to be in pie form.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I see the way you're twisting it.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
I see the way you're twisting it.
But last Thanksgiving, I was hurting right after I ate.
Typical.
My daughter was hurting. She's like saying her stomach's hurt. So I'm like, let's go for a walk. So we went for a 10-minute walk. Boom. Feel better, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we've talked about cardiovascular conditioning, which is the foundation is going to be walking daily, every single day. Next up, we want to talk about mobility. So mobility is the skills that we need for daily living. That's going to be physical stamina, stability, flexibility, balance, coordination, range of motion. So with mobility specifically, we want to deliberately train this with our dogs. If you don't train this, they are going to lose some mobility just like we will.
Right.
So I've got a lot of things I like to do to work on mobility, and it might be good to do a YouTube video on some of this, but touchpads. So what I've done in the past, and we have YouTube videos on how to teach your dog to do a touchpad, but a touchpad is basically where you train your dog to go to it and put their front paws on it. So usually we use an elevated platform for that. And so now your dog is standing on the touchpad with their front paws and the back paws are still on the ground.
Yeah.
Guess what that's doing? Stretching out the hips, stretching out the back, putting their shoulders and their front, the upper body in a different range of motion than normal.
Yeah.
So we're getting a range of motion there, right? We're stretching things out. We're getting some flexibility. We're also getting some balance and coordination because we have to step onto this touchpad.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, we train our dogs to walk around the touchpad while they maintain it. So again, we're getting more balance, more conditioning, more flexibility.
It's coordination too, I feel like.
Exactly, coordination.
Mental
So,
coordination.
you know, we're kind of doing two things at once. If we're training our dog to go to a touchpad for training purposes, that's going to help us with some brain games, some mind exercise, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But we're also getting mobility.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that two bird with one stone, which again,
There it is again.
don't take out any
There it
words,
is
right?
again.
Two birds in one stone mentality.
Yeah.
How can we maximize our time? How can we be most efficient with our time and accomplish multiple goals at the same time?
Oh.
You know me, I'm all about efficiency.
Oh yeah.
So what I've done in the past is I've gotten even higher elevation touchpads, you know, because I have the one that's probably a couple inches.
Got the feeding bucket.
Yep. Then I had another feed bucket that was taller. I don't know if you remember. It was a metal one. I had it years ago.
Yeah.
That big metal one, I could have two dogs on it at the same time.
Yeah.
And that was even taller, so it forced them into a different range of motion, more mobility going on. They had to step around that thing. It was bigger, it was wider. So getting those side steps in with their hips, you know, good to
Stretching
freaking
those
go.
back legs out too, sidestepping.
Exactly.
Kind of probably got to step farther a little bit, just a slightly more stretch.
And not only are you working the hips, the back, the upper body, but you're working the head and the neck too. So touchpads are a great way to get in some mobility with your dog without making things too complicated. You can also use luring your dog into different positions. Like if you think of yoga, do you know what downward dog is?
Yes, I know the downward.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
So you could lure your dog into like a downward dog position. You could lure your dog or teach it to even touch like yoga balls. What do you call those things? Like the Swiss ball?
Yeah. I think it's a Swiss ball. Yeah.
Well, you know how they have the one that's like a half Swiss ball and then a half like solid platform?
Mm-hmm.
So you could get one of those, which is great for you too. Because
Yeah.
when I was doing physical therapy for my ACL, I was using that a lot because of the stability portion.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? But you could get one of those, use it for your dog. You lure your dog onto that. Your dog has to stabilize on that. So you're getting mobility in. Other things you can do for mobility for your dog, chiropractic for your dog, you know, where they're adjusting the spine and the neck, keeping it all in alignment. You can also do physical therapy for your dog. I did have to do that with Bane when we were living in California for a while because he injured his back in protection training.
Yeah.
And so we went to physical therapy, did some of that. At the physical therapist, we did the cold laser treatment, which helps improve blood flow to specific areas of your body. And that's something that Dr. Timmerman talked about on his podcast episode. So all these types of things are great for mobility for your dog. But I would say the big hitters that are easy for most people to start working with, touchpads, luring your dog into different positions to force mobility, to improve mobility, getting involved in some chiropractic care.
Yeah.
Those are probably the big three hitters. And if you're local to the Charleston, Summerville, South Carolina area, I can put you in touch with 2 different chiropractors that'll work with your dog. All right, moving on to the next section, we've got muscular conditioning for dogs.
Okay.
So muscular conditioning for humans, lifting weights, dude.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, brother. You know, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Brother.
So lifting weights, dude, that's going to apply some stress to your body, some stimulation to your body. And what your body does in response to that stress is it improves its muscle tissue, right? So let's say you're bench pressing, which is a staple in weightlifting, right? You bench press, you start to create some micro injuries to your muscle tissue. Your body responds to that by healing those injuries and improving those injuries so your body can handle that load. That's how it works. So we want to try and think of the same thing we can do for our dogs to improve their muscularity, right? Their muscle tissue, their muscle frame. So muscle for humans, as you get older, it's harder to build, it's harder to maintain. If you get older, you need more protein to support your muscle tissue.
Right.
And you have to deliberately train it. Same thing for dogs. Okay. So as we're doing this, we want to think, hey, when my dog's younger, it's going to be easier for me to build muscle tissue, condition muscles. And as they get older, I want to maintain that muscle tissue. So I don't want to see my dog losing a bunch of weight. I don't want to see them losing muscle tissue. So for muscular conditioning, that's a little bit different for dogs because obviously we can't throw them on a bench press and have them freaking ripping out 225 sets of 10.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we got to think outside the box. So we got to load our dog, and I got some options for you guys. But before you start loading your dog's muscle tissue, muscle conditioning, you always want to warm them up. Mm-hmm. Just like a human, you don't want to go in there and freaking not warm up. That's how you get injured.
Yeah.
So we don't want our dogs to get injured. So we want to warm them up. How could you warm them up? Walking, mobility, exercises, these kind of things.
Yeah.
Right? So some ways that are good ways to load your dog and improve muscle mass. Sled drags. Mm-hmm. You seen those pitties, dude?
Yeah, we had one on one of our Trainer React videos. Mm-hmm. It was a excessive exaggeration of the exercise because the dog was pulling like 800 pounds or some shit.
Right. That's a dog sport.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. But that's similar.
For you at your house, you put a harness on your dog. You could put a leash on that harness, and you could just be behind them. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit of pressure on it.
Add pressure and make them pull against you to something.
Yeah.
So that could be a way to load their musculature. Or you could get a legit sled and have them drag a sled, something like that.
Yeah. They got to figure it out, probably.
Right. Well, you get in front of them, you basically lure them away. Then they're starting to pull the sled, or you get them to come to you with a sled.
Okay.
They've also got these parachutes. Have you seen those? Like runners have used them before.
Yeah, I know the runners one.
You can get one for dogs, too. You attach
shit.
it to the harness, then you tell them to run or something, and now the parachute comes.
Oh, shit.
Now you got that wind load.
Yeah.
So now it's loading their body, and that's going to force their body to build muscle.
I'd love to see that actually in action.
JoJo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably, might freak your dog out at
might
first.
Freak out the dog, so you got to socialize the dog to that. Right.
Opens up,
right. Then you got something that's commonly used, weight vests.
Yeah.
So back in the day for Bane specifically, I had these weight vests with pouches on the side, and I would get jugs of water, like water bottles, and I'd load up the weight vests. Mm. So now he was carrying weight as he was walking, which is actually something I learned I got the idea from Cesar Millan.
Yeah.
Because he uses that in some of his stuff. Mm. So I was like, oh, let me try this.
Yeah.
But now they have even more advanced weight vests where they have bigger pouches. They have the weights you can put in there.
Yeah.
And that's a great way to load your dog. So like for your daily walks, you can just put your weight vest on your dog. Now you're loading their body. Their body will respond by improving muscle tissue. And honestly, me, myself, when I'm doing my daily walks, I like wearing a weight vest too.
Yeah.
Because that adds a little bit of extra load to your body, and it makes your cardio work a little bit harder.
It's like those CrossFit vests.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So you could, again, being as efficient with our time as possible, I want to get the most bang for my buck. I'm doing my daily walks anyway. I could add a weight vest to one or two or a couple of those walks to my dog and myself.
Yeah.
Boom. You could also do sprints or fetch. Now, this is going to also elevate the heart rate. And all these are going to elevate the heart rate. So we're getting some of that max heart rate work. But the main purpose would be muscular conditioning. So when you sprint, believe it or not, just a short sprint, that's actually going to have your body adapt to that stress and then increase muscle tissue. So if you look at any professional sprinters, they're pretty jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Olympic sprinters or whatever. They got nice,
super muscular.
Yeah, muscular legs because it takes a lot of force to run that fast for a short distance.
Yeah.
So sprints are great. You could do that with fetch, right? You want to be careful. You don't do this too many times during the week, just a couple times a week. Tug play, same thing. Tug play also is going to be working their mouth and jaw. So that's going to help develop jaw muscle, mouth muscle, in addition to their body. And when they're playing tug, if you're doing it the way we like to do it, which we have a YouTube series on it, you're playing tug, the dog's pulling away from you with that tug, you might throw that tug, let the dog go get it. So there's a lot of elements at play that's going to help improve overall muscular conditioning, muscle tissue. Then another great one is swimming. You know, if you have access to a pond or a lake or a pool or the beach, something your dog can swim to, that's a great way to get muscular conditioning as well. So again, like we talked about, if your dog loses muscle tissue for whatever reason, like if it got injured, your priority is going to need to be to rebuild that muscle tissue to set them up for longevity, right?
Yeah.
And we also know that a dog's muscle mass is going to aid the dog to perform specific tasks or events. Think of like a hunting dog. Think of a herding dog. You know, they're freaking, they got to have that agility.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Boom, boom.
Big time.
Handle the cow, right?
Yeah.
Think about the corgis with the Vikings. You
the
know,
the Pembroke Corgi.
Yeah, they got to handle those Viking cows. Remember, they had smaller cows.
Yeah.
And then you think of dog sports, you know, stuff like that. So muscle tissue is always going to be more beneficial for specific tasks, specific events, and longevity, both in our dogs and ourselves. So if you get injured or your dog gets injured, one of your first priorities after that injury should be, let me start regaining that muscle tissue that I lost during that injury.
Right.
And me, myself, this year I went through an ACL tear. I'm on the path to recovery. Right now I'm doing pretty good about rebuilding my muscle tissue that was lost. It was an ACL tear in my right leg. And so my right quad, you know, that thing reduced in size significantly.
Yeah.
And it's still smaller than my left quad, but it is starting to improve. And I actually saw my physical therapist the other day, Wednesday, and he's like, let me see your quads. So I pulled up my shorts and, you know, flexed it. And he's like, okay, we're seeing good improvement in muscle tissue coming back. So good to go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he likes my quads.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he likes my quads. Yeah.
Oh, it does.
All right, moving on. We've got conditioning for specific events. So like Ben here, he's conditioning himself for a 5K. That is a specific event.
Training hard.
Right, so that's something different than what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Right, or you're adding that into your regimen.
Yeah, basically from not running.
Right.
Ever to running.
Well, when you played football back in the day, you used to run.
Yeah.
Sprints,
I hated it, but
Yeah.
I've taken more enjoyment now in training for this 5K. So, you know.
So why'd you decide you want to train for a 5K?
Because I don't want to show up on the run and be fucking
Well, why are
slow.
you deciding to do the 5K?
Just because it's something I wanted to say I was able to do.
Yes.
Like I was able to do a 5K. You know,
Right.
I'm technically doing 2 5Ks back to back.
Right.
You know.
Well, they got 1 week in between them.
Is it? I thought they were
There's
back
2
to
weeks.
back.
Or is it back to back? It is back to back.
It is back to back.
Holy yes.
Yeah. So
1 week is one, the next week is the next one?
Yeah.
Dang.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think so. So, you know, but I wanted to, you know, I think that was, I don't really have like a extreme bucket list, but I wanted to be able to say like I was able to run a 5K, you know.
Just like a physical
successfully.
challenge.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, physical challenge you wanted to
Yeah, because I've
do.
worked out for like since college, so like 7+ years, and you know, you might get bored after a while, like me.
Right.
So even though you get progress in the gym, you
Right.
kind of want to say, what's the next challenge I could do for
Right.
myself?
Right.
So it's more of an achievement type thing.
Yeah. Well, I think that relates to dogs too, because people want to do different things with their dogs.
Yeah.
They want to challenge their relationship with their dog. So conditioning for specific events with your dog, that makes me think of, you know, hunting, herding. Now there's dogs that are actually working these all the time. Then there's people that are like, I want my dog to be able to do herding. So they go to a farm and they do some herding classes or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
There's people that compete in dog sports. We have, I don't know if you remember Abby,
Yeah,
you know,
Tracker.
her dogs, Tracker and Rocky, they're doing a bunch of dog sports.
Yeah.
Right.
Very cool.
You got others doing extreme challenges with their dogs. Like maybe they hike a certain hike. That's a long hike or something. Like, did you do that hike we did years ago, Mount Mitchell? Or you didn't do the
no, I
hike,
don't
but
think I did.
I took Bane on that hike, and it's
Yeah.
like the tallest peak on the East Coast. And thank God I had him, because I just put the leash on his harness and he drugged me up the mountain, basically.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
So whatever you want to do, a specific event, you're going to have to do specific conditioning for that. Mm-hmm. And so when you're training for a specific event, I think you want to keep your baseline. Your baseline is your cardio conditioning, which is your daily walks, your brisk walks.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to consciously push yourself on your walks. You have your mobility, you have your muscular conditioning. Now you add your specific conditioning on top of all that.
Yeah.
So it's not like you stop doing your daily walks because you're doing the specific condition. You still do your walks.
Yeah.
You still walk, do your walks, even though you're training
it kind
for
of
the 5K?
sucks because, or not, it doesn't suck. Mm-hmm. It's just me complaining because, let's say I run 2 miles after I work out. Mm-hmm. So it's like you spend like an hour and a half in the gym and then you still got to walk your dogs.
Right.
Well, I walk my dogs for like 40 minutes to an hour all at the same time. Mm-hmm. I don't really break it up. So then it's like, all right, well, I got my hour walk coming up.
Yeah.
But
I'm not helping you with your training.
I'm just walking.
Right.
And depending on the situation on my walking route, I walk on like this big trail. Mm-hmm. If no one's out there, I'll let my dogs off leash to where they can like do their own thing as long as they kind of keep up with me. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, I'll put them in a structured heel to make them focus on healing with me, and then I'll let them off leash or whatever. But kind of diverting here. But I mean, I just think it's, it's like I want the best for my dogs, which a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. So it's important to me for them to get their exercise in. And when they don't get their exercise in, I'm like, I kind of feel bad because wasn't able to get them out of the house today or just got too busy. But it should be important to give your dog that structure. You know?
Well, for you specifically, you're training for a specific event, which is your 5K.
Yeah.
But you're maintaining your baseline, which is your walks with your dog.
Yeah.
And your walks will help improve your 5K if you walk briskly, because that's helping your cardiovascular conditioning be improved, which improves your run times and everything. Yeah.
I probably don't walk at a super quick pace because one of my dogs is good to go. My other one has a dislocated knee that she's just kind of like getting over. So I have to like walk with her. So, but it's all good.
Yeah. All right. So whatever your specific conditioning in, you might be doing enhanced mobility. You might be training for agility. You might be doing something else. I'm just going to use a dog sport known as Schutzhund, for example. We have the protection dog sport, Schutzhund, which is a very traditional dog sport. Very cool. If you haven't seen it, watch it on YouTube. But in that dog sport, there is an event that's called the bark and hold. And in the bark and hold, basically the dog gets in front of a decoy, and the decoy is the guy with the bite sleeve on. And the dog has to basically hop up and down and start barking. And it has to do that for a period of time. So you can imagine, and before this, the dog has done other things, right? So you can imagine now the dog gets to this person, and it has to hop up and down and bark constantly until the owner gives it the command to do something next, right? So, for a dog, barking at a high pitch, a loud pitch, and jumping, that's taxing that cardiovascular. Yeah. And they're hopping up and down. So we got some muscular conditioning going on there. So that would be something that you would have to specifically train your dog for to condition that behavior and make sure that they're not going to get fatigued doing that, because you don't want to get to the competition and your dog be fatigued and not able to perform that, because then you won't win.
Yeah.
So, that's something you got to think about. And there's a lot of things in Schutzhund that have to be done. So what I would do is condition your dog for each little specific thing they need to do, and then start putting it all together, which is what they should be doing in Schutzhund clubs, because you'll go train in a dog club for that. Yeah. So one of the things that the dog will do is have to run up and down this field searching behind blinds where the decoy could be hiding, right? So that in and of itself is conditioning as well.
Right.
So again, think about what you're doing. You got to build a specific conditioning plan for that specific task in addition to your baseline. If you keep your baseline, your cardio, mobility, muscular conditioning set, and you improve from there, you'll see better improvements versus dropping one of those baselines. If you stop your walks because you're doing Schutzhund training, for example, You might make some improvements, but it's not going to be as good as if you kept your baseline.
Yeah.
Something else that they do in Schutzhund is when the dog bites and holds on a protection sleeve. So these sleeves, I don't know if you felt ours before, but they're pretty difficult to hold on to for a dog.
Yeah.
On purpose. So you've got to specifically condition that for your dog, because the dog has to bite this sleeve and hold on tight. Mm-hmm. And then the decoy is going to be running right when they have to bite this sleeve. So jaw muscles come into play, right? And also physical conditioning for that. So again, more things you got to condition, more things you got to think about. So overall, in the specific event category, you keep your baseline and then you improve your conditioning for whatever specific event that you're going to be doing. Yeah. So that can be fun, that can be exciting, but you don't want to get lazy, because whatever you're going for, you got to keep the press on. Mm-hmm. Just like Ben training for his 5K.
We're working on it.
All right, next category is going to be mental exercise for dogs. So another part of exercise a lot of people probably overlook, mental exercise.
Yeah.
This is going to help improve your dog and your mental well-being and keep your brain healthy. Mm-hmm. Now, for dogs and people, it's going to be a little bit different. You remember when we went and did that video with Mark McGirt, mm-hmm. and he had us doing that mental game with the dice?
Yeah, a couple different ones. Yeah.
And then the one on the screen where you got to do all this. That's a mental game for a human.
Yeah.
For our dogs, it's going to be a little bit different. And just like when we add some stimulation or stress to our muscular development to help it develop and build more muscle, same concept with our brain. We add a little bit of stress that forces the brain to adapt and become better.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So for our dogs, a couple things we can do for mental exercise, keeping it simple. One, distraction work, taking your dog somewhere that it's not used to going.
Oh, yeah.
So I will say, when my dog Bane, 2 to 3 years old, my daily walks, no impact to him. His energy level would make him more energetic a lot of times. Yeah. But I take him to a farmer's market. I take him to Lowe's, Home Depot. The mental exercise of being in a new place with new things going on, that's providing energy getting out of him, essentially, or reducing his energy level.
Yeah.
So distraction work, taking your dog somewhere that it's not used to being, doing your training there, which you could do mobility training, You could do your regular obedience training, getting that in. Your socialization work, taking your dog somewhere that's not used to going and playing games with it, like engagement games, playing tug with it, these types of things. You could do scent games, which we've got at least one, maybe 2 videos on YouTube about scent games specifically. So those are great for mental exercise. Then you've got mind games. So this could be your touchpad work. Again, we're double tapping some of these things. Touchpad work is helping our mobility. It also is helping our mind, our mental exercise, right?
Yeah.
Then we can challenge our dogs to solve problems, which could be a variety of things, right? You could train your dog to go open the fridge and grab
a cold one.
Right, grab you a cold one out the fridge. Yeah. That could be a mental game. Dog solving a problem. You could teach your dog how to access a certain thing by doing something for you. You could teach your dog to pick something up off the ground for you. All these are just great examples of training your dog to solve a problem, do something that's out of the ordinary that gets into that mental exercise.
Yeah.
But I have seen a bunch of dogs where if you're trying to calm them down, bring their energy level down, you could walk them all day, you could physically exercise them all day, no impact. Mm-hmm. You add in that mental exercise, now your dog's energy level comes down to a more neutral state.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So it happens a bunch of times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've seen it with my own dog, seen it with a bunch of dogs. But, herding, if you have a herding dog and you want to get involved in some herding, that's going to help do mental exercise. Agility. Abby with Tracker and Rocky, they do some agility too. That's a great mental exercise. Solving problems, doing these different courses. I mean, I think that's great,
Yeah. And if you're ever training like this, like if you just start working with your dog with the brain game stuff, with the mental exercise, like for me, like I like seeing my dog figure it out. Mm-hmm. And once they kind of figure it out,
right,
then they kind of get amped up.
Right.
Like they're excited that they're figuring this out because it's something new for them.
Oh yeah.
You know, not so much as like distraction work, but
Mhm.
like if you're trying to make them do something like hold this item
Right.
or find this thing, you know,
Mhm.
like the dogs, you know, especially if they're trying to like sniff,
Mhm.
use their nose and
Oh,
find
yeah.
something.
Joe.
It's like my dog,
Yeah.
big sniffer.
Oh yeah.
And so having them sniff
Right.
around, like they're
Right.
sniffing around, you just
Yeah,
you
it's
see
fun.
those cogs working in their
Yeah,
brain,
yeah.
and you're like, they're just thinking hard right
Oh,
now
yeah.
because they're processing so much.
Right,
and
right. Fun for them, fun for you.
yeah,
I remember back in the day, I used to, with Bane specifically, I used to look at a bunch of dog sports and I'd pick out different events that they would do. Like one of them, they had the dog had to run to this wall, you know, basically go over the wall, which they had to do more than jump. They had to like balance and get over it, go pick up something, turn around, come back and hop over the wall with the thing in its mouth.
dang.
That's just one example. So I would look at these dog sports, I'd pick out these events and I'd train Bane to do them.
Yeah.
Right. And then I've worked with several clients that compete in dog sports and I help them teach their dogs to do this kind of stuff. And basically with those people, I'm teaching them how to train their dog to do
Yeah.
these specific events. Right.
Yeah.
But doing those events is super fun, super cool, but you do have to have a lot of time to dedicate to that because it's all about repetition and successively approximating the dog to complete certain events. But it's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
It's a ton of fun. And,
Yeah.
and your dog's having a good time. You're having a good time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can hit a lot of these things at the same time when you're training for specific things like that. But mental exercise is a big part of all that, right?
Yeah.
One thing that they do with a lot of pitties, I don't know if you've seen it, but they have them go up these walls and grab something,
Yeah, jump
like a
up
rope
and
or
grab-
something,
yeah.
you know, then they're
That's
hanging there.
intense, dude. Those pitties are crazy, man.
Right, so you got to train the dog to sprint at this wall, shimmy the wall essentially, then jump and grab this item. So you're like the jaw strength is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
And you got to hold it for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, it's
right?
like ultimate agility.
So super cool to do this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So the next segment is other health-related considerations, overall health and wellness. And we got a couple things I want to talk about just real quick because we've already talked about the big hitters when it comes to exercise. But health and wellness are kind of all-encompassing. Exercise is a big part of that. But nutrition, also a big part of that for our dogs and for us. And getting your dog the proper nutrients is a big factor in their overall health, their muscular development, their brain health, their joint health, their eye health, everything, right? So for me, nutrition, that's kind of your foundation, and exercise, right? Because if you're exercising, you're putting your body under stress. Now your body has to repair itself. It has to adapt. It really is not going to be efficient at that if it's not getting the best nutrients you can give it.
Yeah.
So not trying to go off on a tangent here, not trying to go off on a rant,
Okay.
but I will say this is one of the reasons why we affiliated with We Feed Raw and Canine Super Supplements, because we're trying to improve the nutrition that our dog's getting. So we know that a raw diet is the optimal diet for our dogs. We Feed Raw has that PhD nutritionist that's formulating their raw meal plans, right? The unfortunate thing about a raw diet is that it costs more than a kibble diet. So there are going to be some budget considerations for a lot of people. But if you can feed just a little bit of raw, or like Dr. Timmerman said, hey, add some sardines into their kibble.
Yeah.
Add some like salmon into their kibble. You can add little things in to get better nutrients than just kibble by itself. So even if you can't do We Feed Raw, you can do something.
Yeah.
You can add in something that's going to help improve the baseline of kibble, which is actually just not that good.
Yeah.
So feed a small amount of raw, you're going to be better off than just 100% kibble. We've also got the Canine Super Supplements that help support your dog's overall health, joint health, brain health, etc. These supplements are easy to use. They're in a powdered form, and you just put them in your dog's food. Now you're getting some of those extra benefits, right? And it's as easy as opening the bag, getting a scoop of that powder, and putting it in the food.
That's it. That's all it takes.
It's
dude.
super easy,
Yeah.
right? So that's more affordable if you can't go the full raw diet.
Yeah.
But we did do two major podcasts where we talked about nutrition, episode 102 with Amy and
Yep.
episode 106 with Dr. Timmerman,
Yeah.
who's got over 50 years of veterinary experience, right? And so if you want to learn more about specific diet and nutrition, go to those episodes, episode 102, 106. You'll learn deep dive on that. But that is why we affiliated with those two entities, to try and improve overall dog health. Now, for our own nutrition, I'm not going to go off on a tangent about our own nutrition, but you need to think about what you're putting into your body, right? So try to get proper nutrition for yourself. Protein's your priority, right? Get that protein in. Your protein's going to come with fats, most likely, if you're eating animal-based protein. If you're a vegan and you're eating, non-animal-based protein, you might have to get your fats from a different source, right? So not going to go into detail on that, but, tune in your dog's nutrition, tune in yours if you need to, okay?
Take a look at it.
Next up is sleep. Sleep is a very important part of overall health for humans. Ideally, we get 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. What do you average?
Honestly, it's normally like 6 or 6.5.
Are you kidding me, dude?
6.5.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Get up to 7, dude. It makes a big difference. I'm telling you, dude.
Yeah.
So for our dogs are probably getting enough sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Because pet dogs, they sleep an average of 80% of their day.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really focus too much about your dog's sleep. I wouldn't really worry about that. But I would worry about your sleep routine. And we know that when you're sleeping, your body's healing itself.
Yeah.
So your body's going to make better adaptations and improvements if you give it the sleep it needs. 7 to 9 hours of sleep of sleep per night is your goal. All right, next up is weight management. So keeping your dog and yourself at a healthy weight is going to help you achieve better health outcomes. So when you are leaner, your body is not as taxed as much. So think about joints, right? You got a big dog that's overweight walking around. That's affecting that dog's joints.
Yeah.
It's affecting that dog's organs. It's affecting that dog's longevity. Nobody wants to see their dog die early, right? So keeping our dog leaner in a good weight is going to help them long term. Your joints can operate better without having a bunch of load on it, right? Same thing for us. The heavier you are, the more your organs, your heart, your lungs, etc., they have to work to support that weight. So if you have a bigger dog that's, obese, that dog's heart is working harder to support all of that tissue. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes sense.
The leaner you are, the more efficient your body can operate. So one of the things we look at in humans is blood pressure, okay? Not to go off on a tangent, but for us in general, humans, we want to be less than 120 over 80 for blood pressure. You know what your blood, you ever check your blood?
I got no clue.
Really? You can check it after we're
I
done.
need to go to the doctor, dude.
We can check it right here when we're done. I check my blood pressure every day with a blood pressure cuff. You can't really do that with your dog, okay? So generally a good blood pressure range for your dog is going to be between 110 over 60 to 160 over 90. You're not going to be able to check this yourself, but when you go to your vet, bring it up, ask them about blood pressure, ask them what your dog's blood pressure is. See if they can check it, see if they can see what's going on. If the dog's blood pressure is too high, they might need to lose some weight. Just saying.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they just dismiss blood pressure. I did it for years myself, but you don't want to dismiss it because blood pressure indicates the toll on your organs. So blood pressure is literally checking the pressure of your blood going out to your organs and coming in. Like the first number, like let's just say 120 over 80. 120 is the number of the blood traveling to your organs away from your heart.
Right.
80 is the number coming back to your heart. Okay. So think about it. You got organs in your body, your kidneys, your liver, your lung, all this. If you got a high blood pressure, you're pounding those organs with pressure from, this is crazy to think about, right?
It is. You're right.
But you're pounding your organs with your blood pressure.
Yeah.
And what's that going to do? Overload it and deteriorate it, right? If you're constantly stressing those organs, they're not going to be able to perform long term. Why are you laughing, dude?
It's just the fist hammer motion. I mean, it's a good, you explain it well.
So keeping your blood pressure in check, keeping it proper range.
You're saying the same for dogs.
I'm saying the same thing for dogs and for you.
Yeah.
You said you don't even know your blood pressure, dude.
No, I don't. I don't.
We're going to check it after we record, dude.
We can check it. That's fine.
No, we're going to check it.
I'm not worried about it.
We're going to check it, dude.
Yeah.
So, again, something to keep track of. And just think, if my blood pressure's high, I could be overloading my organs long term. Same thing for my dog, right? So definitely something you want to keep track of. You also don't want it too low. You want it just right, okay? So I'm not going off on a tangent, all right? Dr. Timmerman, he said the best way to assess your dog's weight for most people is going to be visual check. Mm-hmm. You should be able to feel your dog's ribs. So if you can't feel the ribs, we're not good to go.
Is
right?
it feel the ribs or see?
He said feel them. He said feel them.
Okay. Because some vets will say, like, I think my vet will say you need to be able to see the ribs a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, feeling them, seeing a very slight outline, getting an hourglass shape to their body, that's what we're looking for, right? Some dogs struggle to gain weight. Like we had this dog in training recently. Danny's training it. Puppy found on the side of the road, right? These people found it. It's by itself. They get it. Malnourished, struggling to gain weight. They sent it to training. We're working on getting its weight up. What did? We added in the Canine Super Supplements weight gainer.
Yeah.
Boom. We saw dramatic increase in that dog's weight. So when you're thinking about dogs that are struggling to gain weight, it's probably a diet issue. You know, you're giving them kibble, which is not ideal, not the best food for a dog, right? You think about it, dude, like makes no sense. Why we feed dog this crap, right?
Yeah.
So we're giving it kibble, right? If we added in some raw sardines, actual raw food like we feed raw, eggs, something like that, we're getting better nutrients to our dog. Or we add in Canine Super Supplements weight gainer, we're getting better nutrients to our dog. Now our dog's body can use those nutrients better and get it up to a better weight, right?
Yeah.
So something to think about, okay? Dental tooth hygiene.
Oh, yeah.
Heard about it?
This is a big one.
Heard about it?
Oh, yeah.
So dental hygiene is important for dogs and for us. As a human, you should be getting your teeth professionally cleaned and checked every 6 months.
Yep.
How are you doing on that?
You know, we're working on it.
Are you serious, dude? Your dental health is actually related to a bunch of other health outcomes in your body. But for your dog, your vet is probably checking your dog's teeth during your vet visits. If they're not, you should ask him to.
Yeah.
You want to try and reduce plaque buildup. So you could brush your dog's teeth daily if you wanted to take as many measures as possible. I will say my dogs have been on a kibble diet in the past. They're on a raw diet now. The kibble diet, my dog had much more plaque buildup. The raw diet, almost no plaque buildup. So I think that when they're eating that kibble, that processed food is just like creating more plaque than a raw diet, right? Exactly. And, you know, back in the day, they used to say, hey, feed them kibble because it helps clean their teeth. I don't buy it. I don't think that's true, right? So,
or the biggest myth of them all, the Greenies.
The Greenies. The dogs love them.
The dogs love them because they're just treats, dude.
Right.
They don't clean your dog's teeth at all for people listening out there.
Right.
I went through a whole thing with this because I got my oldest dog's teeth cleaned probably a couple years back, and I asked my vet, and I was like, "What's a good way to do it?" And I was like, "Greenies." They're like, no, Greenies aren't even close. They don't do shit.
Well, they're soft too, so it probably adds plaque.
You need something that they can chew on, like a hard bone or something, a bully stick, where it like actually scrubs their teeth a little bit. Right.
Yeah.
So that was an eye opener.
Yeah, I give my dogs bully sticks maybe a couple days a week, maybe every other day or something.
Yeah.
In addition to the raw diet, so. Dental for your dog, I think having a good diet, bully sticks are something hard to chew on. Teeth brushing if you want to take all measures, because when I was talking to my dentist, I was like, how do I prevent my plaque buildup? And they were like, if something's on your tooth for, I want to say 12 to 24 hours, it's going to harden.
Yeah.
So it's like constantly brushing your teeth, which I brush twice a day. I use the water pick flosser twice a day at least, sometimes 3 times a day. So trying to take those measures,
Yeah, the water pick.
You got one?
Yeah, I got
one.
one.
It's freaking good, dude.
It can get sloppy.
It's pressure washing your teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but it's cool.
But so these are like the big hitters. We could go on about other things, but I think, that's enough for most people to try and think about.
Yeah.
Exercise, health, wellness. You could talk about eyesight. You could talk about vision. I think that honestly comes down to diet and exercise. And I think the foundation of all health outcomes is going to be diet and exercise for our dogs and for us. So, let us know what you guys think about this. If you have more insight, we always appreciate more insight. You can comment. You can send us a message or something. But this is the basis of what you should be looking at, right?
Yeah.
So good to go.
Yeah, just think about, everything we talked about, your dog. And I think the biggest thing is like people get extremely busy.
Yeah, that's the problem.
People got kids.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even have kids, and I'm extremely busy to where, to where, and especially now with the BS time change, to where you have depending on how you look at it, you have less hours at the end of your day, less sunlight to do shit.
Right.
So, that could cut into your walk time. Let's say you walk your dogs after work.
Right.
Now it's pitch black outside at freaking 4:30.
Well, if you're in a neighborhood, you got those neighborhood lights.
Yeah.
Maybe you're
good to go.
Right.
Like I don't have a situation where I am. But
your neighborhood doesn't have lights.
No, it does. But my neighborhood is so small.
You just do laps around your
Yeah,
your
I know. It's boring. I would rather go on a trail.
Okay.
But I'm saying I'll get it done regardless.
Okay.
But your dog still deserves that time.
Right.
They deserve that enrichment time, that training time, whether mentally or
exercise.
That exercise.
It's for health. It's for longevity, well-being.
Yeah. Just they'll appreciate it. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, for sure. And like that brings up a good point. If it's dark, you're not able to do walks. Treadmill, bro.
Oh yeah.
Remember we've done videos on treadmills on the YouTube. You still have yours? Or you got rid of it?
I still have mine. I don't use it.
You don't use it, but I mean that could be a good alternative for someone that's busy. I mean it's not as good as a walk.
Yeah.
But at least we're moving. We're getting them moving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there are things you can do in your house for mobility and mental exercise. That physical exercise you probably want to reserve for your walks and your outside stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So things to think about. Give us comments. Give us feedback. We appreciate it. Real quick before we roll out of here.
Let's hear it.
Affiliates, Canine Revolution Dog Training, both in South Carolina and Texas.
We're in Texas.
2 locations. They say everything's bigger in Texas. That's what they say. But anyway, if you need dog training, let us know. We've got locations in South Carolina and Texas. Our phone number, 843-213-2676. Email info@caninerevolutiondogtraining.com.
Yep.
We've got board and train programs. We've got private lesson programs. We've got virtual lesson programs. We can customize a program for you. If you're a dog trainer, we can consult with you, help you. If you're a dog owner, we can consult with you, help you. Let us know what you need. We've supported people all across the United States and some international people virtually. So let us know how we can help. Canine Revolution Dog Training. Also follow us on all your socials.
Oh, yeah.
We're
on them all.
We got the socials. We need to get on X.
You want to get on X?
We need to get on X. Next up, Canine Revolution Apparel. That's on Amazon. So you go to Amazon, you type in Canine Revolution Apparel. I told you winter was coming. Winter's here. So
there's no more warnings.
If you're watching the video, I got the Good to Go beanie.
Oh yeah,
I'm wearing today.
Go ahead, put it on real quick.
Put it on real quick right here.
Show us what it is.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it's freaking comfortable.
Oh hell.
And it covers the whole. It's not like
yeah.
a short beanie. It's like the full coverage.
You look like you're warm.
It is warm.
Oh yeah.
Like I got to take it off because I'm inside right now. So Canine Revolution Apparel, you got Good to Go beanies, Good to Go hoodies, you got Canine Revolution hoodies, you got everything you need.
Rain jackets.
Rain jackets. Today we were talking about exercise. Guess what we haven't talked about in a while? Iron Revolution line.
Oh yeah.
Part of Canine Revolution Apparel on Amazon.
Oh yeah.
We got the original with the dog bicep curling, the dumbbell.
Doberman
Remember
curling.
that?
Yeah.
And we got the Doberman upright rowing.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So we got Iron Revolution shirts, Iron Revolution apparel on Canine Revolution Apparel because, we're getting our exercise in.
It's important.
And I don't know if you remember, we did a trip many, many years ago. I had Bane with me. We went to the hotel gym. You remember this? And I brought Bane there.
You put him on the treadmill?
Well, no, we had him on the downstay. Me and you were lifting weights.
Is this in California?
Maybe it was. Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
We were doing a little trip, and many years ago. And Yeah, so we had Bane. We took him to the hotel gym with us. We had him in a downstay. We're freaking pumping iron, dude.
Yeah.
Then we walked the treadmill. We had him on a treadmill. So Bane's been in the freaking gym, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I could take him to my gym now, and it'd be cool.
I'm ready to get the gym here going so we can do that.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Imagine this. Anyone
yeah.
listening, this would be the ideal gym setup.
Mm-hmm.
A gym, you buy out a space.
Yeah.
You literally have spots lined against the wall with back tie things you can clip on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You bring your dog. Dude, this is good idea.
I mean, I thought about it before, but it's too expensive.
I mean, yeah, it's very expensive.
And then you have to
there's a lot of insurance.
Everyone has to make sure their dog's trained.
Yeah.
And they have to go through a test because it's not like someone can say, my dog's trained. You show up, they're not trained.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stipulations to it.
But that would be legit.
Ideal world.
A gym that you can bring your dog to.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. You drop your dog, you put your dog on a spot, on a little wall section.
Right.
You go fucking work out.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Anyway,
moving on. We got our next affiliate, We Feed Raw. We already talked about them a little bit, but that's raw food formulated for your dog, delivered to your door. You don't have to go anywhere to pick it up.
Yep.
Check them out. Discount code Canine Revolution, 25% off your first meal plan. You can cancel a meal plan at any time. You can adjust your meal plan. So let's say you start off and you're feeding 100% raw. Then you figure out, oh, my budget, I can't afford this. So you just reduce the amount of raw you're feeding, and then you can add in some kibble as a base or something.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So adjust it to your budget. But I'm telling you, it makes a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
I got Sarabi on the raw, my old dog. She has DCM, and her heart has actually, her health has improved with the raw diet. Mm-hmm. I got Bane on the raw, 100%.
No gray hairs.
No gray hairs. Took him to his cardiologist recently. He's 100% good to go. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I hate to say this, but we've had a lot of his litter mates pass away recently from heart-related problems. That's why I went to the cardiologist.
Yeah.
But he's 100% good to go.
Nice.
Then my other dog, Georgia, she's on a 50-50.
Yeah.
50% kibble, 50% raw. She's good to go.
She's always good to go. Yeah, she's always jacked up.
She loves eating anything and everything. All right, next up we got Canine Super Supplements. Discount code Canine Revolution that gets you 15% off. Go to caninesupersupplements.com and just check it out. Letter K, number 9, supersupplements.com. Discount code Canine Revolution. They got the joint support. They got the weight gainer. They got the puppy formula, which is good for adults and puppies. And I'm missing one. Oh, multivitamin.
Yep.
Multivitamin.
Yep.
Dog's immunity support. So add those into your food. Add 1 or 2. See how it goes. It's super easy, I'm telling you. You get the big bag.
Yeah.
Scoop it in there. Boom. Solid, bro.
I got the big bag of the joint support a while back.
Yeah.
I just ran out.
Oh, did you really?
It was like 8 months.
Yeah.
So now I got to get another one because my younger pit who's got the leg issues, I've been giving her the joint support.
Yeah.
And so finally ran out, but she loves it.
Oh, yeah.
She loves that.
Another thing you can add to your dog's food, I think Dr. Timmerman talked about it, bone broth.
Oh, yeah.
Add in some bone broth. That's got a lot of good nutrients in it. So if you're feeding kibble, at least add some bone broth in. You can get a carton of bone broth for like $2 at Walmart.
Yeah.
But you get Canine Super Supplements. Let's say you're feeding kibble. Canine Super Supplements on top. Drizzle some bone broth. Oh, your dog's
They're
going to
be losing their shit.
Your dog's going to be loving you, dude. It's super easy, too.
Yeah.
Super easy.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got Jocko Fuel. Discount code Canine Revolution, 10% off. So I just finished a Sour Apple Go, which is the Jocko Clean Energy. We also got the Milk. So protein, dude. Protein on the go. You got your Milk. You're good to go. They got the creatine, the greens. Right now, it is a season where we've had a lot of people. They're under attack.
Their immunity system.
Their immunity is under attack, dude.
Yeah.
We had Kevin, one of our trainers, went down hard.
Yeah.
Now we have Chris feeling a little bit wonky. We've had some clients, have to cancel appointments because they're sick or whatever.
So how do you combat that?
Cold War from Jocko Fuel. Immunity support. Yeah. It's got the vitamin C in it. It's got the garlic in it, which garlic is a natural antibiotic. It's got other stuff in it. But that's how you combat it. So as soon as Kevin started getting sick, I start taking it, right? Because I don't take it year round. I only take it when I know my immunity is going to get hit.
Yeah.
So I start with twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening servings. Once someone close to me is like interacting with me, like, you know, Kevin, he was out for a couple days sick. He comes back to work. He's feeling a little bit better. I'm like, oh shit, I got immediate proximity to the sickness.
Yeah.
So I go up to 3 times a day, dude.
Well, you're good to go because you're on the Cold War.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So JockoFuel.com, check it out. If you're getting supplements from somewhere else, go to Jocko Fuel. They've got what you need. So replace what you're currently on with the Jocko Fuel version because it's better for you.
Yeah.
It's better for you.
Yeah.
Also, I just got my blood work done. I'm waiting on the results because, you know, I do my blood work every 6 months now.
Mm-hmm.
And my last blood work, my testosterone had come up. It was looking really good. And I was on the Jocko Fuel Testosterone Optimizer. So I'm like, you know what? Let me double the dose.
Oh, shit.
So instead of 1 serving every day, I took 2 servings, one in the morning, one in the evening. So I just did my blood work. We'll see if it helped me or not. If it didn't help me, I'm going to go back to 1 serving a day because that's one of the things that helped me get my testosterone good to go. Because several years ago, when I first got on the blood work, my testosterone wasn't looking good. It was low. And so there's a couple things I had to do. Number 1, improve my sleep because I was getting 6 hours of sleep back then. Like what you're saying.
Couldn't be me.
Like what you're saying. So I went up to 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. I improved my nutrition. I went straight vertical diet. Not going to go off on a tangent, but vertical diet. That's what you need to be on. But vertical diet, lower in saturated fats, right? So I was eating a lot of saturated fat. Boom, adjusted to vertical diet. And then I took the Jocko Fuel Testosterone Optimizer. My testosterone, boom, skyrocketed, dude. Came up to great numbers. My doctor was super excited. He saw my blood results. He's like, holy cow, dude, you did it. You brought it up. Like, he was freaking amped.
Specimen.
Right. He's like, you're a specimen. I'm like, hell yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a couple of years ago. So this time, you know, my last blood work I did, I'm still good. So this time I'm like, you know what? What happens if I increase the Jocko Fuel Testosterone Optimizer to 2 servings a day? So we're going to see.
We'll find out.
And I'll give you the feedback.
All right, let us know.
I'll let you know.
Let us know.
Don't forget about Canine Revolution Dog Training and Pack Talk Podcast on YouTube. Go on the YouTube, check it out. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you need. Let us know what you'd like to see. If you put a comment on YouTube like, hey, I'd like to see a video on XYZ, me and Ben, we put it on the list. We start planning that out. We like to make things that you guys are specifically asking for. So we're trying to find things that you specifically need to see, specifically asking for. We try to, boom, get that into production timeline.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we appreciate you guys listening. Thanks for your support. We appreciate you. It's holiday season, like Thanksgiving's over now. Christmas is coming up. Have a good time with your dogs. Christmas is not the time to hold yourself back on eating because you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Have that cookie.
It's gain season, dude. It's gain season.
Yeah, baby.
We're going to get through the holidays. We're going to be eating good, having a good time.
Yeah.
Don't hold back. As soon as the holidays are over, it's time to start thinking about summertime.
Already?
Yeah, dude. It takes time to get that summer
you're
prep
saying
going.
long term. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So holidays is gain season, right?
yeah.
Once you start getting to February, it's time to start thinking you got to go into that.
You're talking winter bulk.
Yeah, I'm talking about winter bulk.
You're
going into
summer
a cut.
shred.
Yeah, you're going into a cut phase, dude.
Yeah,
you're going to start doing some fat loss phasing.
Yeah.
So coming up in February, getting on my fat loss phasing. You know,
Or you can
watching
be
Dr.
like
Mike.
me and always be in a calorie surplus because you can't gain weight.
Let's see what your blood work looks like.
Oh god, here we go. Here we go.
But you know, Dr. Mike, you know, you
yeah.
watch him, he'll give you the insight on how to do these things.
He does.
So good to go. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys later. This is Pack Talk Podcast. Out.